Okay, now we have a question from the audience. Thank you so much for sending in your questions.
Hi, Chani. Thank you so much for everything that you do and everything you put out into the world. There's so much goodness there, and I'm so grateful. My astro question is my south node is in my first house. And I think of the south node as what we are tasked with releasing throughout our life. But my rising sign is sort of the guiding point on my chart, and I'm just not sure how to reconcile these two things being in the same house.
Amazing. Love this. And love to talk about the nodes, especially as we move into eclipse season. So the south node to me is a point of emptying out. It's a point of release, which I think is what you said. And it's a point of letting go. It's actually a mark of a really kind of spiritual, if you will, understanding of life, meaning we can't hold on to anything. We can't hold on to youth, that's for sure. We can't hold on to accolades. We shouldn't hold on to despair. Like we lose everything in life. We lose our life. None of us will make it out of here alive. That's the south node. South node is like, well, what is death? How do we contemplate it? There's that technique. I can't remember what it's called. It's a technique of releasing everything before you die. So like going through your house and cleaning out everything so that your children or your relatives or your friends don't have to do it. And so you go through and you like, I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. What do I actually need? I actually need very little. It's the antidote to accumulation. So the south node is this feeling of like, I don't need to be clutching onto that. So when people have their south node in their first house, that becomes part of your persona and your orientation is someone who's like, it's okay. I'll just let it go. I'll let it go. I'll release it. Now, it all depends on what style this is in. It all depends on what sign this is in. Everyone does it in a different way. But when I've met people with this south, I have very close people with the south node in the first house. And what I love about them is there is this kind of feeling of like, I'm good. Like I'm good. I'm resourced. You can have it. I don't need to hold on to it. In at least one or two areas of themselves in their life. That's part of their persona. It actually makes for kind of a like cool vibe because there's a relaxedness there, or there's at least the sense of someone not needing to clutch onto or not wanting to devour everything, because that's the north node. The north node is this hungry head of the dragon, and the south node is the tail of the dragon that sweeps everything away, sweeps everything off the table. So part of having south node in your first house can feel like you're losing things all the time. Can feel like a loss of self, can feel like a loss of identity, can feel like it's hard to attain things as a sense of self, as a person, as like, am I supposed to be more achievement oriented? That kind of stuff could go through your head. But it also has this other quality of, again, being a little bit more open, a little bit more willing to let things go. Now, of course, that can be a problem too, because if you're just letting everything go, then the question is, well, why? Do you care enough to try to hold on to something? Do you care enough? Can you actually admit to yourself what is the thing that you want to fight for? Or is it too hard for you to say, actually, I want that. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to be committed to it. I'm driven to do that thing. It's like a thing you have to work around. And so there's this sense of like being a little bit more at ease, or a little bit not carefree, but other people might read you as kind of carefree or cool, or like, unattached a little, like easy. I'm breezy. I don't care, whatever. But the question is, don't you? Why don't you? What do you care about? Like what is it that you actually want to put some money on the table for, so to speak? What do you want to throw your hat in the ring for and actually like stick with it? So that's the kind of thing you've always got to deal with. I do always think though, when I see the nodes in the first house, because it means that the other node is in the other house, in the seventh house, that there's this eclipse energy that you're walking around with. So there's also this feeling of like, ooh, exciting things happening, and possibly life events kind of eclipsing you, sense of self sometimes, or you feeling like an eclipse-ish kind of energy to other people. There's that vibe of like, ooh, the light's about to go out. Am I going to be obscuring something? Is something going to be obscuring me? Will I be covered up? Will other people be covered up by me? There can be that kind of feeling because I don't know where your sun and moon are. So I don't know where in the eclipse cycle you were born, if you were born close to or not close to an eclipse, but that can also be at play, again, depending on where the lights are. But there can be this feeling of being a little eclipsy, meaning there's something flashing, there's something exciting. And because the South Node is ever present in your kind of sense of self and in your motivation, you are motivated. I would say, I'd ask you, are you motivated to be a little bit more like, go with the flow? That's all right. Nothing really bothers me. I'm good. And then the question is, are you though? Not to like seed paranoia, but it's a good question to be with. Like, is it okay for me to just let this go? And if the answer is yes, great. But if the answer is like, maybe I'm afraid to care about this, then that's the thing to kind of ponder. You didn't tell me that that was your problem, so I don't know if it is, but other people with the South Node in the first house might resonate with that. Where is your South Node? You can always check the Chani app to find out where it is and read the description of your South Node. That is the place where you want to give things away. That is the place where you want to release things. That is the place where you'll naturally be like, oh, here, I got a lot of it. Or feel like, why am I always losing? Why can't I build here? And then you want to remedy it with being like, how can I be generous and give stuff so that there is a channel for things to flow out in this area of my life, but the good things don't flow out.